Hello, welcome back to another show. This is going to be a casual live stream. I'm going to be here working, catching up. Quite a few things on the horizon, quite a few things on my mind, quite a few things on the to-do list. And here I am hydrating. So I'm going to see what's what. If possible, I would like to stream Gary's Twitter show, DNA, on here on Twitch. So I'm going to see if I can do that now and sort of just test the sound. I don't know if I can do Twitter Spaces on desktop, and it seems like I can't. Let me see. Here, I'll share my screen with you so you have something to watch. What if I just search Spaces? Twitter Spaces. Twitter Spaces probably shared some spaces, right? No? Who's doing a space right now? Let me see. I see Karma Wave. Yeah. Okay. So if I go here, oh, I can join spaces. Great. So,
uh-oh. You guys are in trouble.
Hey, you know what this? How about this? Tell me a Twitter space to go to and I'll jump, and then you guys are like, meet me there, and I'll show up and do some crazy shit. Better?
Okay.
I'll hop on this mic.
Everybody
Mickey
that's
Mouse.
listening
Can
now,
you
follow
hear
some
the
shit.
Twitter spaces?
And if they're gonna put on a room, like continue the conversation, because I think we talked about a lot of great things today.
Oh wow!
Hey, better yet,
initially
find me somebody who loves Mickey Mouse, bro.
Wow.
And I'll surprise the fuck out
Do you
of them.
see that? They have a
Deadass.
speech to
Mickey
text
Mouse?
function.
Yeah, bro. Find a Mickey Mouse fanatic, bro. I
So I
swear
don't
to
know
God, you
who's
want
in
to
the
see them
room.
laugh
I
and cry
see.
for
I see
real.
we have one viewer.
Dare you.
If
Do
you
it
go
right
find
now.
them on
Twitter
Twitter
Spaces,
Spaces, let me know because I can
They're
hear
all
it,
over
and I want to see if I can. Stream
I'll be like this.
Gary's Twitter Space.
Are you ready to make an NFT today? Oh boy.
Let me see. Is there another space I'd be?
Oh my God.
Join the garden.
Oh, I'm gonna put you in a smart
space.
contract, little girl. You better get up
Go
there and make some art
to
real quick. Get that bonnet. Yeah.
Sounds like Mickey Mouse mixed with the creep.
Let's join this
I
space.
see. It'll be like us.
Yeah, we're just looking to get the flowers on chain. That's kind of the whole point of it, because they're not actually on chain currently, but we want to get them on chain so that we can provide a little extra value to our holders. But we also want to give them the ability to customize it in a way that uses the blockchain meaningfully. And I think this is the right way to do
awesome. Thank you.
One
Steph.
question for Steven
So
or John, you can also
when
answer.
Gary's
I've been in your
space
spaces before, you know,
definitely.
I appreciate what you've been doing.
I think I'm gonna leave
You know,
this for
I
now.
also listened to your story, how you started with.
Here, great. So then I definitely will be streaming. Let me make a banner. Working and jamming, working and chatting until DNA with GaryVee. That banner, there it is. Now everybody knows what's up. Now let's get some. So I've been looking at this Notion app, which is like really amazing and also a whole new tool. So let me log in here. Log in with Google. I think I'm going to work on building this out. This is part. So there, if you didn't know, there is actually a VFriends community platform, Notion, and I think this was created by Sarah Jones, and this is where they organize some resources. So some interesting stuff here. They're helping folks out, community projects, miscellaneous stuff. And I'm thinking about creating one for everything we're doing. Let's see, open Notion. So I'm going to go to Jeremy. Can I rename this? rename wanna be VFriend or something like that. I'd like to rename this itself. No. Is there settings? Settings, appearance, notifications, apps, account, preferred name. Let's do wanna be a VFriend. Date. Did that change it here? Not sure. Oh, did my reroute work? My reroute didn't work. That's too bad. Oh well. How y'all doing? I'm glad you can hear the spaces. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna work on this for a while. Welcome to Notion. This is Jeremy Honan Experience. Okay, so flying by the seat of my pants. Let's start. Here's an example of a sub page. In Notion, you can nest pages. You know who has a really good Notion is World of Women. It's not here. Twitter World of Women. I'm not sure where I saw. Okay, let's try this another way. Can I search? No, this is searching within my own. Search World of Women. No search, no results. Huh. Okay. Fine. Want to be a VFriend. There's all these different things. Like this agenda would be cool, but I want let me see. Quick note. Personal home. What does this do? This is so interesting. So I am like really unfamiliar with this. Want to be a VFriend. What if I create a new one? For taking you to your workspace. There we go. Here's some templates. Okay. Great. Now it says want to be a VFriend. Great. Add an icon. Oh. Peace. Doesn't have the peace emoji. Peace. Can I add another? Add a comment? No. Yeah, peace is fine. Getting started. Type for commands. To-do list, tables, quotes, links, callouts, mentions, data reminder, emojis. Emoji. No. This is weird.
Hey there. In this video, I'll show you how to add a new page to your Notion workspace. Every new page that you create is a blank canvas where you can add whatever content you like, from plain text and images, to-do lists, to powerful databases. All pages in your workspace
Wow.
live in the left-hand sidebar. To create a new page, click the New Page button at the bottom left of your Notion window.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see a menu of page types. You can click on them to turn your empty page into a table or a board, for instance. Let's keep it simple for now and select Empty Page.
Okay.
Let's give our new page a title
New page.
and some content to get
creative.
started.
Hello, world.
To see a list of the different types
Classic.
of content you can add to
Absolutely
your
classic.
page, just type /. This will pull up the / command menu with all of the available content types.
Stas, you're the best. You're the best.
Finally, let's add a memorable icon to
I
our
think this
page
is a really
to make it easier to
good-
find later.
I think this is a really good example.
Well done.
Wow.
You're ready to turn this page into whatever you like.
I like the columns. Okay, thank you, Notion. That was great. This is a really good example. I guess you know what to start. I'm just going to jot down some text. What can I do with Notion? To-do list. Okay, so here's some things. I can do my mind is so full. I woke up this morning with like so many clear ideas for this tool, and then I didn't execute them until now. But I did execute some of them for the podcast, and that's okay. I think we have a winner. What's this? Everybody wants to hear about the book games, so I think the next podcast is going to be about the book games, which is exciting. Okay, so make a to-do list. Make a to-do list. Big world within. So let's see. Upcoming events in BeFriends. Upcoming events in GaryVee land. Character. What about a timeline? Timeline of events for BeFriends. What else? Social platforms. Social platforms and how to use them. What else? So make a to-do list for Notion, okay? And then I'm gonna make a separate heading, make a to-do list for make a I'm gonna say make a creation list for Notion, and this is a to-do list for the wannabe project. Great. To-do list. So I've got a lot that I could do here. Copy paste show notes for the podcast. Update Instagram highlights. Create a streaming schedule for Twitch and IG. Create channel art for Twitch. What else? Um, yeah, let's do another one. Make a to-do list for yourself. Send Morgan a picture of myself to portrait. Okay, other things for the channel. So I would like to update Discord with Ko-Fi roles. That's a good start. What else? So for Notion, it would be really cool if people could like come here and have resources. You know what I'm saying? What's up, everybody? Happy to have you here. To the four of you, my friends, welcome. I'm doing a little bit of a lot of things right now. I'm exploring Notion, which is this this. Oh, I see. I already have a task list here. Oh, whoa. Okay. Well, this is wow. Wow, this is a very complex tool that I don't know how to use yet. Use this template to track your personal tasks. Click New to create a new task, and click an existing task to add additional context. Wow. Wow. And what's this journal? Daily reflection, reading list. See, I like how this is organized. Like, what if this was like NFT 101? The modern day reading list includes more than just books. We've created a dashboard to help you track. Each media type has its own view based on the type property. So what if I do new link? Wait. Okay, this is for, so this is new. So if I said something like immutable X layer 2 solution. Just layer 2. And it would be an article. Yeah. Add a prop. No. Status. Oh, this is, interesting. Okay. Author, Gary Vaynerchuk. Really, the author is, what's his name? Alex Gomez. Publishing release. A publisher would be 1:37 p.m. The link would be immutable X 1:37. Is it this one? Immutable is looking to rule the blockchain. No. 1:37 p.m. This one. So I can do this. Summary. Immutable X is a layer 2 protocol. score. 5. Type article properties layer 2. Is that okay, so press enter to continue with an empty page or create a template. Anybody with the link can access this page. Allow comments. Sure. Okay, so here it is. Yeah, so wow. Oh, wow. Whoa. Huh. Okay, so can I save this picture? Mutable X. And then go back here and add a cover. Change cover, upload. This one. Totally optimized it. That's amazing. So it was automatically saved. What if I refresh? Does the picture show up? No. Okay, I'm liking this. This is a very thorough tool. What I don't understand is how do I... This is cool. How do I get a page here? Edit property. No, we already did that. Move, rename, reposition. Do I click and drag maybe? Almost. Let's try again. No, you don't want to let me do that, huh? Okay. Oh, it's down here. Okay. Down here. Is it a comment? Attach? No, that left a comment. I want to... I mean, I guess I could copy everything over. View comments. Pin. Customize page. No. Import, export, move. Okay, maybe I'll just... Oh, I don't know. Copy. 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 Author Alex Gomez, publisher 137, score 5. Done. And delete this. Okay, cool. So that's helpful. NFT 101. Change your views to sort contents by status, author, type, or publisher. One more thing. If you install the Notion web clipper, you can save. Okay. Add extension. Use this extension by clicking on this icon or by pressing. Okay. Great. Click on articles to see what other views might have in store. What other views might have in store, or add your own. Wow. This is really cool. So I'm going to delete this one. So NFT 101. It is important when navigating the NFT market to be thorough in your research and understanding of this opportunity. We've created a dashboard to help you track books, articles, podcasts, and videos in your journey, your journey to do 50 hours of homework. Each media type has its own view based on the type category, type property. Change your views to sort by status, author. So, but if somebody's viewing this, I don't think they can edit it. I don't think. Click on articles to see more. So this is like instructional. Click to add a block. So if I add a block of text, this is a block of text. And nope. I'm not sure what this is doing. So how did they... Are you guys enjoying watching me figure this out? So let's just go over to Discord. Sure. Appreciate the security, Discord. And where's helpful articles? There it is. Sure. So can I save this image? Looks like I can. Here's this. And go back here. Make a new. Now, but I wanted to have a cover photo. So, oh wow, it saved a whole bunch. Oh wow, it saved a whole bunch. Wow, it's amazing how this works. I did not need to save all this. Clubhouse, hashtags, discover, no. Article, there we go. This one. Nice. And now I can link this and yeah, that can be a nice little summary. Author, Gary Vaynerchuk. Publisher, Gary Vaynerchuk. Score 5, type article, and we'll add a cover. And it's that one. Amazing how it optimizes it. Reposition. What is an NFT? Just like that. And let's change the title to what is NFT? Non-fungible token. Cool. And can I put it up here? Nice. Nice. Okay, that's interesting. Is there an actual article here? There is. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to let that be for now. I'll put this up here. It's important when navigating the NFT market to be thorough in your research and understanding of this opportunity. We've created a dashboard to help you track books, articles, podcasts, and videos in your journey to do 50 hours of homework. Each media type, I can do a little enter here. Each media type has its own view based on the type property. Change your views to sort content by status, author. I'm not sure that's necessary, but I think I'll leave it for now. Okay, interesting. So if I'm here, where do I see, how do I navigate? Like if I'm here, World of Women Wiki. Yeah, like this is really cool. So if they, I suppose they have a, this is some text to welcome you to the Notion and explain what the hell is going on. And then do they have is it a table? No. Is it a, Number list, divider, mention a page. Nice. Cool. And I guess, oh, okay. Interesting. Huh. Wow. So you could create a pretty interesting flow here. What's personal home? So all of these, wow. I'm like totally dumbfounded by this. It's very cool and a little overwhelming. Let me do something on Discord. I'm not sharing this screen, right? Yeah. Where is so many tabs open? This one. Back to it. I like the columns. So can I make a column? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Can I make columns here? Table. Mentions. Huh. Okay. Don't really know what that's about. How far down does this go? Oh, here's the background. Nice. That's cool. Okay, good to know. Make a little space. Uh-huh. I see, because I tabbed. Okay. So what else? We have all sorts of backgrounds. Stick with the blue background. Okay. And then we have different color text, actions, synced block, sync content across pages, block equation, call outs, make writing stand out. This, okay. Interesting. Quote, code, toggle list, numbered list, page, embed a sub page. Okay, okay. Turn into breadcrumb. Show the current page tab location. Wait. I do breadcrumb. This is confusing. And delete this. These databases, though. Embedded tweet. That's useful. This is like a very complex blog. What's up, Droshik? It's good to see you, man. I'm excited for our moment tonight. I'm very excited for our moment tonight. Gary has a Twitter Spaces show that's going to run into our time. Yeah, it's happening. Yes, bro. His show's supposed to go from 9:40 to 10:10. So yeah, let's do it right after. Yeah, good call. Yeah, man. I think I'm overwhelmed. Not in a bad way. But I'm a little at odds with myself of how to get organized. We do have a lot to catch up on. We do have a lot. Like I'm at odds with myself of how to get organized. Hence why I'm now looking at Notion, which is like an incredible tool and way more useful than Trello for me, because what I want to get to is resource driven content. So like it's great that like I can spend time doing a live video and like communicate all the information. It'd be better if after doing the brain dump, I could go to Notion and like make the blog post. And like I've recorded the podcast through the live video. So then there's the video. You've seen my yes, I have seen that. And maybe I should use your NF What page as just a link, because I could probably do that, right? We can like collaborate across Notions. I would imagine that maybe it's a paid feature. But yeah, like no need to reinvent the horse. Like you probably didn't see, but I was doing this, right? Like, and I was just taking some articles that 137 and Gary have already put out and putting them in a form. But like, this is amazing the way that they have this set up, like, this podcast one is a great example. Like I could have a whole page for like, content categories that I've already addressed on the podcast, but instead of having to like filter through the whole podcast list, you go to the Notion page and you go here and you see it's like, okay, book games and access tokens and how to buy a VFriend and don't be scammed and whatever else there is. This is a massive tool. And it's not helping with my overwhelm. You know what I mean? It's like the funny thing is like, don't be scammed. We love that idea. The thing is like, I love you too, Drofig. Oh, that's a great emoji. I like that. The thing is, once you create a system, then the upkeep is a lot easier than the amount of like effort required to create the system. And so I'm trying, like, literally, like I just have such a long list, and it was like I already got behind a week with NFT NYC, and then I got COVID, where I was like, healing is more important than working, and so then I'm behind again, which is fine. It's all fine, but like I'm trying not to fly by the seat of my pants in this, and that will hopefully allow me more freedom to focus on money-making activities, because as we know, I don't have a job, so like I need to do that as well. I believe you feel it. And yeah, it's just like a weird thing. And like now I'm working on like a couple NFT projects, but they're all kind of, I mean, they're all different, but each of them has their own like vague sense of duties and responsibilities. And I'm like, I'm happy to direct my skill set into this project. And I'm also happy to like defer payment for that based on like the startup nature of it all. But it's hard for me to be a good and loyal servant to your project when I don't have this whole thing kind of like, when I don't really feel like I have the reins on this. I mean, even just making content on Instagram, I'm feeling is like having limiting returns in terms of like actually getting the information to people. And you know, I'm voicing my thoughts. Like, it's easy to be critical, and being critical does not mean that like anything's broken. But I mean, let me just take a look right now. Like, engagement on my Instagram stories is actually up, but views are a little down this week. But that kind of makes sense. And Twitter has been like blowing up. Like, the amount of followers and engagement I'm getting on Twitter is surprising. I mean, we just blew past. We're at 4,500 Twitter followers. So Twitter's on fire, but Twitter is also like a fire hose. And so, yeah, isn't that crazy? Like, it was like a slog to get to like 2,000 Instagram followers. And then then I started putting more time into Twitter, and Twitter went from like Twitter and Instagram hit 2,000 followers on the same day. And now we have 2,500 Instagram followers and 4,500 Twitter followers. And yes, it is because of Spaces. It's also because Gary is really good at being on the pulse of his community. And like, so he replied to a tweet I sent him yesterday, and it yielded me like 80 followers. You know what I mean? It's like, it's pretty crazy. And like, Twitter threads are good. And like, I can do Twitter threads. I haven't done a bunch of them. I could do more of them, but outside of pinning one Twitter thread, the information gets lost really quickly. At least with Instagram, it's like a little more clear if you wanted to find something. But I don't think people are really like, and that's the other thing is like, I'm trying to respond to the behavior of the community. Like, on the one hand, it's very like goldfish a little bit. You know, it's like people are focusing on what's happening directly in the moment. Like, and that's okay. That's what people do. That's what I'm doing, in fact. And this is me trying to take time to look at the bigger picture and step back and organize something that can serve the OGs and the people who are just discovering the profile for the first time. And they're like, I actually do want to be involved in VeeFriends, but like, I don't have a MetaMask, or I'm afraid of being scammed because I heard a scary story, or, you know, I don't even have a Twitter. You know, like, there's a lot of content to be made. Like, there's a lot of content to be made, and that's fine. I'm actually very excited to make it. I'm just trying to figure out how do I actually organize it once it's made, because it's kind of unfortunate if like it all gets lost in the stream. And this seems like a very useful tool, and it is a very useful tool. But now I have to learn all this stuff. And it's cool. Like, I can embed a tweet, right? So like, maybe I should be doing this on another page. Anyone think trading a VFriend for a at the moment? At the moment, no. But like I probably have a tweet, right? So maybe like this. This is fine. So like just to see what this looks like, you know? Great. Looks great. Looks great. I think I'm gonna make a new page. Oh wow. Oh, a calendar. Oh, great. So yeah, this is a good place to start. Streaming schedule. Add a view. Oh my God. No, I want a calendar. Wait, so what happens if I make a list? Wow. Oh my God. That is truly remarkable. Okay, so like, honestly, this is huge. DNA with GaryVee, tags, emerging artist, discover, GaryVee, Twitter Spaces, interview. Okay, great. Add a property. No, we already did that. Add a URL. Yeah. We love a URL. Uh-huh. Add an icon. Twitter, no. Bird. Sure. What else we got? Person. No, no. Me and Gary aren't that close yet. Multi-select, date, person, checkbox. No, it's fine. Okay, great. Look at that. Boom. I mean, already massive. Now the question is like, wow, okay, that's really helpful. See, I'm having trouble deciding like when I can commit to a streaming schedule because it's just been so haphazard. And I guess I'm really hesitant to commit to like, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. daily or every other day and then miss it because I sleep in or I don't have something to talk. I mean, I guess if I'm streaming on Twitch and it's like a general, if there's something to talk about, I'll talk about it. Otherwise, I'm going to be building shit. I guess that's fine. So I can add a list view. Wow. So I can add another view, like a gallery view. Oh my gosh. So if I add a cover, that's fine. But how do I add a cover here? I feel like there should be a way to add a picture here, but it doesn't let me add a picture here. Okay, whatever. So like empathy wines announcement and tags GaryVee, Empathy Wines, surprise announcement. And for URL, I guess I could just get the Discord invite link. And this one, included time, 12 p.m. Yep. Bada bing, bada boom. And I can do this too. Included time. This is at 9:40. Let's add an icon. Wine. Boom. Boom. I like this. Sticking to a streaming schedule is really hard. Yeah. Let's see. Just need to use it on the daily and stick to one tool. Yes. I think this is a really good tool because like I don't know what it looks like on the public side, but I'm pretty sure if I drive traffic to this page and like, okay, that's nice, but I don't need this. And then I have links to, this stuff. So like can I do more of these? Link to a page. And so like if I just don't but how do I wait a minute? How do I go back? Okay, wait here. Nope, stop. I want to add a column. Is it a table? No. Is it it's not a divider. Inline table, gallery, audio, file. I want to add a column. Oh. No. This we don't need. Wow. This is a really wild tool. All right. Yeah, you won't miss it because you're committed. That's fair. Under promise, over deliver. We'll schedule them every other day or something. And if you want to do extra, go for it. Yeah. For what it's worth, the startup I work for use Notion for everything. So what I really want to do is this. Look, guys, I haven't even promoted this like at all. Like, I think I've mentioned it in 2 podcasts and I've tweeted it like 2 or 3 times. And 8 people have donated me $460. Like, I will probably see like $420 of that. Like, that's amazing. So what I put out on here, look, I put out a goal to get a video editor for $800 and we're halfway there. And I haven't even like really told anybody. So this is my under promise. This is what I think I can under promise and over deliver. 3 podcasts, 1 community interview, 1 VFriends character deep dive. Like of a VFriend character, and one education-based stream, like kind of like not really like this, but kind of like, and maybe this is already too much. Like I could probably take this out. But like when I say education-based, what I really mean is topic-based. And then the ongoing IG and Twitter content, which would mean like scheduling a weekly interview spot, and one weekly Twitch stream, I guess, and then 3 podcasts. So that's kind of where I want to work up to, or not even work up to. Like I'm already there. It's just a matter of like communicating to people exactly when I'm there. And that'll help everything, right? Because like I was saying, Instagram is what it is. It's a limited, it's the home of this project, or it's the genesis of this project, really, where like it started to get traction. But at the end of the day, it's a platform with a limited algorithm, and like it's just another place to hustle and talk to people. Most people are paying attention on Twitter that are in the community, or Discord. Like, and so, you know, I have to need to want to do all of these things. But what? Yeah, I don't know. This is cool though. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. I was going to make a page. Oh, I see. So there's private pages. Wait, how does this work? If I add a page, how do I know if it's a private? Okay, let me try adding a private page. Messy play and learn page. Oh, I hit enter and everything disappeared. Empty with icon templates. Holy cow. It's very cool that this is no thanks. It's very cool that you can track if you've read a thing. Thesis planning, timeline. Wow. A timeline would be sick. Like I'd love to make a timeline for VFriends. Cornell notes. Whoa. I can't believe they have all this built in. Like this is really, like, this is a lot. I like came back to chat to just be like, this is a lot. If you want any of the pages to be viewed publicly, you need to share on the top right. Private is meant like only you can see it. If you have other folks in the Notion with you, people make a living by selling Notion templates. Wow. I see. So like if I use this template, there it is. I can build off it and I have to share. I see. So like, so same for this. I see. Publish and share, link with anyone, add people. I see. Okay. Wow. So, So at what point do you need to pay for this? Because this is like a massive tool. This is like a really massive tool. Wow. Looks like Notion's going to be a topic for us tonight. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to use the bathroom before this Twitter show. I'll be right back. BRB. All right. Well, this was fun. This was really fun. I'm going to keep an eye on Twitter to see when how should I do this? I guess I'll go to Gary's Twitter. Okay. This is really cool. I really like how they did this. Looks gorgeous. Wow. World of Women. Love this project. It's sad I had to sell out of it. I really would like to get back in. That's neither here nor there. So yeah, description, links. I mean, maybe I should take this approach. Maybe it should be like, see, I want these columns. I feel like World of Women is still underpriced. Not that I'm really in a position to be making a big bet right now, but I feel like World of Women hasn't seen, wow, 18 for a frog. Oh, my goodness. And why is my internet being slow? Oh, they went up a lot. I mean, yeah, they went up a lot. That's good. Very cool. Yeah, I like this project. I wonder if the person who I sold mine to still has it. This one's nice. This one shouldn't be so close to the floor. Has too many traits. I like this one a lot. This one's cool too. Once in a while, somebody will list like a red skin, like one like this close to the floor. This one, it's kind of, the floor is kind of caught up to them. But why? Look at this person selling at a massive loss. Sometimes I think that people selling at a loss is a better deal than it really is, just because I know I'm paying less than they paid. All right. Anyway, back to business. We have. I'm gonna try my best not to buy anything anytime soon. Yeah, that's fair. I tell that to myself every day, and then end up paying $500 in gas. Yeah, I bought a few things recently. Actually, what did I buy recently? I bought. So I bought these two today. Mostly just because they're by an artist. Like these are actually acrylic paintings that this guy does of portraits, Lawrence M. White, and he created these awesome like Marley and BIG and Ali. I mean, this Ali one I would have loved. And he and I have been jamming on Clubhouse a lot, and so I just wanted to support him. What's crazy though is like I bought two pieces for 0.03 and I ended up paying more than that in gas for each one. I did buy a few of the flowers, which, you know, it's so funny because like it turned out to be a good buy. I went, it was a little heavy for me to buy 3 of them. I'm just like being very conservative right now, but like I haven't taken any of that money off the table. So it's not like, you know, it's kind of, I don't know. In fact, like if this gets a little higher, I might just sell one just to cover my exposure. And then I bought 2 I bought 2 of Zenika's lifetime pass because I just like him. And then I bought 2 Food Masco Delectables. Those were all in like the last week. I don't actually know what he's doing with this, but I met him at NFT NYC and they're just like an awesome person. Like it was just one of those situations where I could not deny how awesome this person is. And they're like such a nice member of the community that I was like, yeah, I'm going to support you in this. Just sharing. I didn't buy this. I actually wanted to mint more of these, but the gas was just like, fuck, the gas. It's tough. Anyway, coming back. What's up, Gary? 4 minutes for Gary. 3 minutes for Gary. Let's see what's up. I'm back. I got sucked into Twitter really quick. So if I just go to this link, because I have a reminder set. Okay. Just when it's time, I'll go to my streaming schedule and go to DNA with GaryVee. This is somehow a very suitable cover photo. I can't say why. You want to go all in on Boss Beauties? Yeah. Well, you picked one up at a good time. I remember that in the chat that you had picked up a Boss Beauty the same day he dropped the flowers. Yeah, I like the Food Masco stuff too. He's just like he's just an artist, you know. He's just got that element of, you know, he's going to be creating for a long time. Who's still minting? Oh, the Blooniverse. Yeah. The Blooniverse. Let me check them out. Does it say how many have been minted? No. But like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be heinous gas. Yeah. You can't see my pop-up, but it's 0.0. Actually, 0.04 for 2 mints is not so bad. But I mean, I just yeah. Yeah, I'm not like I'm honest to be completely honest with you, like I'm looking at my Ethereum and I'm like, that might be next month's rent. So I think I should probably not spend it on. I mean, I like this project. I really actually like it a lot. It speaks to me just because it's like education based. I'm into it. So it's 9:41. I'm not surprised that GaryVee's Twitter Space hasn't started yet. I suspect he will start shortly, but he's constantly giving an extra 2 to 3 minutes to his previous meeting. So I imagine it's just a matter of time. When it starts, I will stream it through Twitch, and I already did a sound check. So, so that will come, and I'm watching my phone down here for the notification. Oh, so they're really not going too fast. I wonder who will be on Gary's show tonight. I wonder if he's gonna bring on Steve Rea from the Flowers, or if they're gonna bring on the Blooniverse team, or if it's gonna be somebody that he hasn't mentioned yet. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, rent comes first. I mean, I pay rent in the middle of the month, so I actually, for the first time, sold an NFT to pay rent, which was a very interesting feeling. Like, it was a very surreal feeling, because I actually sold. I didn't, huh? Because it didn't sell. You know what paid my rent this month was the ENS drop. I sold about half of my ENS to pay rent. But I sold something, or I listed it. I'm so confused now. No, nothing's sold. What am I saying? I've been buying and buying and buying. I literally have a problem. Like, I need to get better at selling. I don't know what the fuck this is. Stop dropping me this shit. If this is a real airdrop, I'll feel bad, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah, I haven't sold anything in a while. Did you see these Muttnicks? These are kind of interesting. How are they doing? They're fine. And then again, if I ever get in a really big pickle, I'll just sell my mutant. My mutant has an offer for $26,000, which means it's worth. I mean, what's the mutant floor right now? Yeah. Mutants are crushing it right now. Which is a very interesting question. Actually, I'm curious, Drofig, what do you think about this? What do you think about selling a mutant for a VFriend? In some regard, it's like an obvious flip, right? Like, of course, presented with a mutant or a VFriend, or at least in a previous moment, I would have been like, do I suggest buying a mutant at 7? No, I cannot suggest you buy anything. But is it but like, not financial advice wise, I don't know. It's a pretty interesting prospect. You know, on the one hand, you're buying them after they've essentially doubled in the last week. But on the other hand, there's a video game. There's like a 10-day video game challenge that's coming. There's a token drop of like a ape token, ERC20, that you do get ape token for holding a mutant. Plus, soon they're going to have a 3D model that airdrops to all holders. Yeah, I mean, with 3V friends, if you have 7 ETH, it's an interesting prospect. I mean, I think that there's still room to go. I think there's still room to go. A lot of the like rarer and cleaner mutants have been swept by ape whales. You know, like I just see them constantly tweeting about getting little ape pickups. Like, I'm not really a big fan of the melty mouth. Oh, hold on. The time has come. So let me go to my streaming schedule.
I'm in. That's fine. Can everybody hear me? Give me a little 100% if you guys can hear me. If you can hear me.
No, this is true.
Can hear me. There we go. What's my Hi, everybody. I'm just trying to figure out. I haven't hosted my own one yet. I'm just trying to get my guest up here.
This is fun. I'm on mobile and on desktop. And I thought it would kick me out, but it didn't.
But I can there we go. Now I did it. Are you with me? Sarah? You're on mute.
I can hear you.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, it's Sarah from Women in Weapons.
Well, let me just share this. Everybody share it. Let's get everybody in. I'm so sorry. I'm with the remarkable Ryan Holiday at his bookstore in Austin, Texas. We were doing a podcast, and then out of nowhere, because we were just rolling, I just had this weird feeling. But I had Andy and D-Rock here, and I couldn't even comprehend that they would even consider to let me miss this incredible pieces. But sure enough, they did. Maybe because they were so compelled by the content. And so here we are 5 minutes late on my first episode of DNA, which stands for Discover New Artists. I have an incredible first artist. Full disclosure, the way I'm planning on doing this show is I'm doing lots of homework, trying to discover new artists in the space that haven't kind of popped off yet, subjectively based on my one personal opinion that I like the art. I then dig in. My normal plan has been historically to buy a couple of pieces and then kind of share it in VFriends Discord and then kind of share it with, sorry, D-Rock, and share it with my friends and then kind of share it on Twitter. And that's been the course of action. What I want to do now is be even more aggressive with helping new artists and my platform. A couple things. First of all, some of these artists, you know, may have a life decision change. And so none of this is financial advice. This is all just subjective creative that I believe in, but I do want to put people on that I like. And so my normal course has been to do a bunch of homework, look at their stuff, look at OpenSea, look at their Twitter interactions. And that's how I'm doing it. I always like to disclose my purchases too. So the incredible artist that I have now has a project called Women and Weapons. I bought 80 on the Mint, and then you can come off speaker.
Hey.
Tell everybody your name, and then actually one quick question. I also bought some one-of-ones from you before right? Can you, because I always want to disclose, but I didn't have time because, again, D-Rock and Andy ruined my life here tonight. I didn't have time to see. I know I bought 80 on the Mint of weapons, but how many one-of-ones did I buy?
You bought 3 of them, one of which was my self-portrait one.
Love it. So great. So that's how I plan, everybody, with DNA, how I plan to do all the shows. Full disclosure on what I already own, because I think it's an important part, because I have fear around that. So 3 one-of-ones, then I minted the project. And with that, we can now get into the show. So why don't you tell everybody your name, where you're from, and maybe a 3-minute bio, and then I'm going to go into a series of questions.
Sure. So my name is Sarah Bauman. I'm the creator and artist behind Women and Weapons. I'm based out of Dallas, Texas. My 3-minute spiel is basically that I am a full-time occupational therapist. I've been working in the hospital system. I've loved art since as long as I can remember, since as long as I could hold a marker, basically. My mom is an immigrant from Iran, and, you know, raising me, she really wanted to make sure that I would be independent and have a sustainable career. And so, you know, being that mother that she is and sassy little lady, she was like, Sarah, you have to be doctor, lawyer, or engineer. Her and I compromised. I became an occupational therapist, but I continued to do art on the side to help pay my way through my master's degree. And then just kind of as a side hustle, as I've been working as an occupational therapist, now Gary has essentially stepped in and kind of helped change my life completely. I'm now working as a full-time artist and a part-time occupational therapist. So that's essentially my spiel. It's my husband and myself that are behind Women and Weapons. He and I have been together for 17 years, married for 3. And this is my absolute passion. I am enjoying every single day that I'm getting the opportunity to work on this and getting to create art.
Let's go into the NFT origin. So you were doing art before, obviously, based on that narrative story. How did you discover NFTs?
So my lovely husband, Jake, he's been really big into the crypto space since about 2018. He discovered NFTs earlier this year, and he was like, hey, Sarah, why don't we turn some of your art pieces into NFTs? And I was like, okay, Hail Mary, let's see how it goes. So we did, and that's the Genesis collection essentially that you purchased into. So yeah, I mean, I'm still fairly new-ish to the space. I want to say I've been in it since about April of this year, but I'm absolutely loving the NFT space and all that it's doing for people. So I'm just beyond ecstatic to be here.
What were your first feelings about the NFT space? Did you think it was like, was it hard for you to comprehend? Did it come natural? How did it like pop off for you at first?
Oh no, super confusing to comprehend initially. I was like, what do you mean people are buying PNGs or JPEGs? I don't get it. But you know, it's kind of interesting because it's one of those things that you just gradually, you pick up. It's almost like math, like the more you mess up in it and struggle with it, the more you start to really understand it. And so over the past several months, I've been understanding more and more about the NFT space and getting to know people. And I wouldn't say I'm, you know, an expert in the area by far. I'm certainly not, but I definitely have a pretty significant understanding of the NFT space now. And I'm learning it, definitely still learning it.
So, first of all, it's good to see Snoop Dogg in here, and that excited me. Sarah, what I really want, real quick, a public service announcement for this show. My plan with DNA is to give a huge platform to new artists up front and discover them. So please, everybody, especially the Snoops of the world, please share this talk right now, this Twitter space in your Twitter feed. You can hit the button below, because I want as many humans as possible to know who Sarah is. The other part is I want to open up for some Q&A at the end of every show, because I know there's general NFT questions probably for me, and I'm really not available these days. So that is the plan for the show, and we'll get into Q&A shortly. But Sarah, what was kind of like your first, talk us through your first sale, and then I want to get into the art. Like, why do you draw these women with very, 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 very aggressive weapons?
So initially, you know, I had listed my Genesis collection. It was listed for about a month and a half on OpenSea. And I had a few trickling offers here and there, but nothing super crazy. And, you know, I've been selling my art on the side for about 10 years now. So this is definitely a different thing. My first real introduction to an NFT sale was actually through you. You know, you post you're seeking out an artist several Saturdays a month. And I had posted in the comments that I'd love for you to be my first collector. I also
Forgot
happened-
about it. Right.
Yeah, yeah. I also happened to be at work at the hospital that day too, and I was in a patient's room, and my Apple Watch kept buzzing like crazy. So I ran downstairs to where we document, and I was trying to figure out why my Twitter was going nuts, why my watch was going nuts. I called my husband, and he was basically crying, and he was like, "Oh my God, Sarah, Gary just bought 3 of your pieces, and the rest of them sold out in 45 seconds." And I was kind of like, I'm pretty sure actually that I fell onto the floor from my computer chair, which some of my coworkers were there to witness. So I'm sure that was highly entertaining. So that was really my first introduction into an NFT sale, which I feel like is a pretty crazy introduction into the space.
I agree. And so how did you guys comprehend, like, tell me, because I think a lot of artists are about to go through this. My big thesis with this space is it's going to be a long tail game. There's going to be a lot of people. Not everybody's going to be, the Banksys of the world. Not everyone's going to be X-Copy and Beeple, but a lot of people are going to be able to have your life, which is you went from something that was practical, but now you're able to make what you love become practical. And there'll be a lot of GaryVees that put people on over time, and that's just going to become the thing. Like, people will make 60, 80, 200,000 a year being an artist in this infrastructure, which is just remarkable because they're doing what they love versus not. So what I want to get into your mind right now, you actually lived, and this is very meta because it was with me. Hopefully in future shows I'll have it with different people to hear it from, because it's a little kind of weird asking because I'm involved in this story, but I want to hear it. What happens that night when you realize, okay, how much USD did you make that day through my 3 purchases? And then obviously people watch my wallet, and so I assume people bought up the rest of the pieces. Do you remember?
Wow.
I want to say it was around $30,000 that we made that day, which, I mean, honestly,
astonishing amounts of money.
It's astonishing amounts of money, but I'm also one of those people that like kind of goes into shock for like a week before anything hits me. So I think I just didn't quite I was still just in total shock. It didn't hit me at all, but at the same time, I was like, I had already started on this 10,000 piece generative collection prior to minting those Genesis pieces, just because I wanted to really challenge myself and have something geared more towards the NFT space. But after that sale, I was like, oh man, I got to hit the ground running. So I basically dove into my art cave and and tried to really pump out my my generative collection as soon as I could.
How far along were you on the collection, and how much did the speed of those sales speed up the launch? Because did you feel a concern that you didn't want to lose your moment?
Yes, definitely. Honestly, I was just kind of bopping around originally. I was drawing my pieces for about, I want to say 2 months prior to minting my Genesis collection. I had been just working on it. And then after those sold out, I hit the ground running. I would go to work in the hospital. I'd be working like a 10-hour day. I'd come home and I'd be drawing for another 6 to 8 hours and then back to work the next day. So I was working, 16 to 18-hour days for, I want to say about 3 weeks to a month, trying to pump out that generative collection, because I was like, you know what? This is an incredible opportunity that I've been given, and I really need to work on, kind of kicking my butt into gear and seizing the moment as much as I can. And that's exactly what we did. I took advantage of my time and went for it.
One of the reasons in a world of 5 to 7 artists, Amber, who used to work for me, and David Zhang's wife, Steven, who I just got very excited very recently about his Brian Vomits collection, 3 to 5 others that I'm quiet about because I want to make this show super fun and surprise unveils. But the reason, Sarah, I decided to pick you for the first episode was I always want to win for my community. And I bought your pieces because I think you have something. And I'm excited to actually get into why you make the art that you make. But the main other reason that I wanted you on is, correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been very busy, but the floor of Women and Weapons right now is quite attractive, right?
Yes.
What's the floor?
So I haven't looked in
0.08?
Yeah, I haven't looked in a few hours, but I want to say it's something around there.
Right. So for all the listeners, one of the reasons that I kind of chose Sarah was for the inaugural episode. Again, a lot of people are trying to find better value NFTs, and I just really just appreciate the price that the market has these at right now. And I think it could be really cool. So I kind of want her to win, but I kind of, to be very frank, want the 4,000 of you to win as well. And so a little bit of my strategy of why I wanted you here, because I think you're in that very sweet spot right now where on pricing. Why do you draw these women with massive fucking weapons?
So it's funny that you asked that. So originally I've been, kind of an artist where I paint things more so than anything else, especially flowers. For some reason, I'm really drawn to flowers. But I was like, you know what? I really want to dig deep into my brain, and I want to create a collection that kind of contrasts itself. Usually people wouldn't pair women and weapons together, right? But they certainly have a lot of similarities, and they certainly have a lot of contrasts. But to me, those weapons are kind of a symbol of, the various weapons that as women we carry. So, our strengths, our empathy, our ideas, our creativity, and so on and so forth. And it is art. I do want people to kind of gather their own interpretations from it. But that's why I created the collection. I wanted to kind of denote the strength of women. I wanted to denote it in a mid-century kind of perspective, because, that's a time where, not that it's anything bad, but being a housewife was very common. And, a lot of times it wasn't as appreciated, the strengths and the incredible skills that women had. So that's part of why I decided to do this collection in this way, kind of the 1950s, 1960s style woman with these crazy, awesome weapons that are also symbolic to the weaponry that we carry every day.
That just made me like this project even more. I really like the era that you decided to address it with. How did you think about rarities and collectability, and what was your strategy into the project on that?
So I really wanted, okay. So first and foremost, I love gold. I love the color gold. It's amazing. So, I gave, pretty significant rarity to anything that's colored gold. But I also threw in some little, like Easter eggs in there in certain places. So, I named some of the bodies after, notable women throughout history. I wanted to kind of intrigue people to look up these unique women that are throughout history, like Nefertiti, Nefertari, Queen Isabella, so on. But I also, the rarity was just kind of based off of like my interests, things like that, and some of these little Easter eggs as well. I don't know if anybody's looked, but one of the body traits is Sparky, which is named after me. Not to totally toot my own horn, but that is, one of the more rare body types. So, I want it to be a collectible series. I also really want to be able to give back to our collectors, which is why, I really want to keep Women and Weapons going. I'm really trying to build the Women and Weapons universe and brand, because I do want to give back to the people who have believed in me and believed in this project.
Pause for dramatic effect. Or does he have his hand on the mic?
Gary, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, there we go.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I did not.
Do you feel pressure that you have to focus on this project for the next 3 to 5 years because so many people bought in and this genre? And like, do you feel pressure on creating concepts, building out some of the characters, making shit happen, books, whatever it might be, spending your evenings doing shows like do you feel a pressure to deliver and create the demand so that the people that bought in and believed in you made a wise investment?
Honestly, I really don't feel any pressure, because this is my dream too, so this is something that I'm really excited about. I want to create, every day that I'm getting to work on this and getting to illustrate and so on. I mean, I literally have to pinch myself because I can't believe how incredible this is. So I really don't feel a lot of pressure, as much as drive. I want to make this incredible, for everybody, of course, but this is also my dream that I'm getting to live out, and I'm just unbelievably grateful for that. So I just want to continue to build and create and make it bigger and better. I want everybody who's participated in this to be proud for sure. And that's why I'm giving my heart and my soul to it.
Who did you look up to in art? Did anybody inspire you growing up?
As far as art goes, I didn't have a single particular artist that I was like just absolutely over the moon by. Of course, you know, Frida Kahlo, she's an incredible artist that I've always admired, but probably one of my biggest inspirations in the art world has always been actually architecture. I'm very much inspired by both Spanish and Persian architecture. Something about the symmetry of it and the craftsmanship of it has constantly been inspiring to me. But I think another big thing that inspires me is my family. I come from a family of artists. Most of my family in Iran, they're all either artists, graphic designers, painters, architects, music producers, you name it. And I think they're heavily the ones that have inspired me.
I love that. What was the biggest surprise or fun story you can tell us after it popped off with that Genesis pieces, or maybe on the launch day, or like what's been kind of cool?
Well, I don't know if anybody has had a chance to see our video right after launch. I know you've seen it, Gary. But you know, after we sold out our collection, which, you know, I've said before, I'm one of those people that tends to go into shock for a period of time. We sold out, and I look over and my husband's sitting, you know, in another seat in our living room, and he's just bawling his eyes out. I mean, absolutely bawling. And I could not get him to like calm down for, I want to say like 15, 20 minutes. And I was like, you know, we've got to film like a thank you video. And as we were filming that thank you video, all of a sudden, like we're halfway through it, and I was like, holy moly, this is real life. Oh my gosh, this is bonkers. And I think that's when I started crying, because all of a sudden, like that light bulb, you know, turned on. I was like, wow, this is real life. Oh my gosh, this is bonkers. Okay. Tears. I just, you know, I lost it. So, yeah, no, totally freaked out after our sellout. But I don't know that a lot of people know that poor Jake, my husband, was the first one to just really go ham in the tears. He bawled his eyes out, poor thing.
That's sweet.
What are you thinking about? What alphas can you give us on the project? Is there anything on Women and Weapons
I didn't buy
that
one.
you can give us a preview to, or
No,
innuendo
I don't have-
towards, for all of us that are kind of excited in the project?
Yeah,
just don't have the
so we are definitely planning on building out the Women and Weapons universe. We're really excited for what's to come in 2022. We're currently working on a merch store. And we have several seasons coming up. We have season 2 coming up soon. And there's going to be a really interesting story behind season 2 that I'm excited for people to see. But we're also really looking forward to partnering with some big brands and big names. So those are our next goals going forward. Specifically for 2022, we're absolutely ecstatic about that. And, you know, I don't know that we've really shared much of that with anybody else. So you guys are kind of the first ones to get to learn of that.
Are you thinking about bringing in business development partners? You know, one of the things that I've always thought was that people misunderstood what was going on with VeeFriends, because I have an 1,800 person global agency with talent in all arenas that I've been building for 13 years. You know, Andy was the head of my content. He's the president of VeeFriends. I didn't have to go hire a president or leader. We have continuity and speed. You know, I have a lot of capabilities. I can build this. When I think about you as a husband and wife team, you know, going and doing brand deals and things of that nature, how are you thinking about building out the team?
Yeah, no, we're definitely planning on going forward with a development company. We're not, you know, we have this as a project now, but we want to build this into a business and a brand. So we really want to continue to grow, you know, in every direction we possibly can. We just want to continue to go forward, and we want this to have a lot of longevity to it. So yeah, no, we're looking at development companies. We're looking at branding. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming down the pipes.
I love it. What, have you started buying NFTs?
Oh yeah.
Have you bought any NFTs? Yes. So what have you been buying, supporting? What do you like?
So I mean, obviously we have, some of these like blue chip NFTs. So we're big into World of Women, Boss Beauties. There's a few smaller artists that we've already started purchasing with our Patreon wallet. There's Thou NFT, there's Crown Syndrome. We actually bought a V friend, which was super exciting. So we're excited to see you at VCon.
Which one are you? Well, hold on. What do you mean we are? One ticket per one V friend. So we're gonna have to
get another one.
Got it. Fair enough. Which one did you pick up?
We got the polished poodle.
I love it. So has that been fun for you? Have you learned? I mean, would you say that World of Women had inspiration for what you were thinking about? Like, how'd you think about that?
So I think the biggest inspiration that World of Women and Boss Beauties and so on kind of brought to me was the need for further female representation in the space. Yes. I absolutely love their artwork, but whenever I started on a lot of my artwork, I really hadn't delved in too deep into the NFT space. So a lot of it was kind of me going in blind, just creating whatever I created based off of, my own thoughts and ideas. But one of the things that they certainly inspired me about was the fact that I think that there needs to be a lot more women representation, and I want women to see my NFTs, and I want them to feel represented in it, whether it's the look or the attitude or what have you. And so I feel like in that regard we are a little bit different there.
I totally understand. Anything you want to touch on before we open up to Q&A?
Well, I have people all the time coming to me and kind of asking me like, what is it that you find so beneficial in the NFT space? And I feel like the best answer to that is just being yourself, being transparent, being genuine. I think right now we're in a space where a lot of people have, PFPs and so on. You don't get to really know the person's character or who they are. And so being yourself in this space, I think, means the absolute world. But one last little thing that I have is also, please, Gary, to tell you, thank you 1,000,001 times over. You have been absolutely pivotal in just completely and totally changing my life. Because of you, I now have the opportunity to go forward and do something that I'm absolutely passionate about, and I'm following my dreams now. I'm really getting to live my dream right now, and I'm so unbelievably grateful to you for that.
You're incredibly sweet, but I'm going to correct you on one thing. It's because that you're living your dreams. I'm incredibly humbled and honored to be a small part of the equation, given the exposure. But had you not put in all those hours of having a talent to be able to draw this, had your not wonderful husband put in the time and efforts to know about crypto or know about the evolution to NFT, have you not had the humility and the curiosity and the belief to make some of those alpha pieces, then it wouldn't have led to anything. And so I appreciate that, but let there be no confusion. You made your dream happen.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, those words, they genuinely mean a lot. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Okay, it's time to request up, everybody. If you got requests, please request now. We're going to take a couple of questions. You're more than welcome to ask Sarah a question about women and weapons. And you're more than welcome to ask me a question on the general NFT space or anything else I can bring you value in. So I see a bunch of requests. I'm going to start going into them, and we're going to start bringing some peeps in. Let's do this. Let's see. Hello? Just gonna unmute in a second.
What's up, man?
What's up? How are you?
How you doing? Yeah, I got a question. Are you into martial arts? Yeah.
Me, Gary Vaynerchuk, or Sarah?
No, Sarah. I was just wondering. I mean, there's a lot of martial arts stuff going on in there. I love the nunchucks.
I actually dabbled a little bit in jujitsu. I am by no means good at it whatsoever, but it's certainly something that I definitely enjoy, and I'm also a big fan of UFC. If that's anything for you to know.
I like that. I like it. When I first saw them, I saw them, when they first came out, and I was like, wow, okay. there's spikes. They're holding spikes, and then when I saw the claw, I was like, oh my god, okay, all right, there's okay. Watch out for who's making this. If I was going to sit down and have coffee with you, I'm just going to have to. I'm going to sit across there a little further back.
Well, I promise I'm a really big hugger. I'm a hugger. I'm not mean at all. I promise. This is, entirely symbolic. But don't worry, I will not kick anybody's butt anytime soon.
I love it because it's just, it's empowering, but it also, and I just like it because it has retro.
Do you have it? I know the retro part is so awesome.
Right.
That's what kind of, I love nostalgia. Do you have any?
Yeah, I just had Chris to go pick up some from me, and I think that she bought a few back from when they first came out.
Awesome, man. Thank you for your question.
Oh yeah, thanks, Gary.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, let's keep this going. Actually, Sarah, what are the best pieces? What are the rarest pieces? Are the green ones, like, I've been so busy since I minted them that I haven't even really had the time to really go through what even I got. Obviously now I'm getting excited. I'm getting even a little bit more excited. I really like what you said about the era that you chose to draw in and then giving them, I just really like where you went with that. I just feel like you have a spirit that's going to work in this space. So I'm excited to dig in, but just to save me research time, and obviously I can toggle on OpenSea and see, but what are the rarest ones and why are they the rarest ones?
Sure. So the Sparky body, which is the blue body, that is one of the rarest, as well as the Carolyn body. She's inspired by one of my managers at work who also has vitiligo. And I think it's absolutely beautiful the way that she wears her vitiligo. Any of my angels, they're very rare. And pretty much any of the weapons that are gold are very rare because, again, I'm a Persian girl and I love gold. Yeah, exactly.
We've established that you love gold.
Yes, that is my jam right there. Favorite color.
Let's get Tony in here. Tony.
Hey, Gary. Twitter just always does this to me. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Tony. How are you?
I am good. Hi. I love Gary so much. Me and Sarah, we have one thing in common. We're so in love with you.
True. Very true. I regularly call Gary my angel, all over the place.
Me too.
I like this show.
We compare notes and we're like, oh, I love Gary. No, I love Gary. Oh, Gary changed my life. I'm like, me too.
Yes, a literal angel, not to totally toot the horn too crazy, but yes, I completely agree.
Absolutely, Gary. You're such an amazing person. I know you're humble and you're like, you guys are putting in the work, but you got it, Gary. You're an amazing person. And
thank you, Tony. Do you have a question?
Yes, I have more of just to say to Sarah.
Yeah. Yep.
Just to say to Sarah, congratulations. It's not, a lot of people think it's easy to do these NFT things. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of sweat that goes into it. And congratulations on the success. I own a few proudly.
Thank you, Tony.
You're so welcome. A few of us have actually met before in LA. We did a little women and weapons meet, and we're fully behind you. We support you. We love you. And whatever you need from us, we're here for you. And that's what I just wanted to say.
You all are just so wonderful. Y'all have definitely become my friends. I hope you know that. I look forward to real life hugs.
Absolutely. Definitely looking forward to that.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
All right, let's keep this going. Let's click right here. Add as a speaker. And Maldic. See. Hello? He's gonna unmute.
Hello.
Hi. What's your name?
My name's Chris, aka Meladic.
Meladic.
Yeah.
It's a real pleasure. How are you?
Good. Tony, Gary, I've been following you for a long time, so appreciate the opportunity to speak here. This is amazing. Yep, here, especially with the women and weapons. One thing I wanted to just maybe get perspective on is with Coinbase coming up, I kind of view maybe just my perspective is Coinbase is kind of a platform that's obviously huge, but it is a very much of a lot of people, it's their first place where they enter crypto. And I'm wondering if a lot of the projects that have the higher floors are already being maybe priced in for them coming. And it's going to be projects that have lower floors that aren't going to cost a ton of money, might get a huge benefit. And I'm wondering if
I think it's going to be a game of both. I think your philosophy is right. Look, I think here's my biggest concern. Right now, we have most of the energy thinking about this from an investment standpoint, and that's amazing. I have no worries about that at all. Some people will collect, most will invest. I just think the thing that's going on, Chris, is like everyone's making judgments on such short period of time. For example, if Sarah does something very, very smart in 4 years, then all of a sudden Women in Weapons explodes then.
Gotcha. So,
right. So to your point, like it's great to think about the Coinbase influx, and it will be big and it will matter. And like for everybody listening here, like a lot of new people are going to buy their first NFT when the Coinbase thing rolls out properly. It's going to be a big deal. I just think that it's not, unless you're looking to trade in that 90-day window. And the reality is most people are day trading. That, by the way, the biggest reason I tell everybody to never buy anything I buy is I'm buying forever. Like these Women in Weapons, I'm thinking about Sarah's career like 17 years from now.
You were so
and
awesome.
Like that's what, it's just what I'm betting on, right? Like I'm not buying with money that I need to turn into money. And obviously I have more now, but that's not what I would have done in this space if this was 15 years ago. I would have taken my $8,000. I would have bought low cost projects and hoped that I'd nailed a Bored Ape or a Cool Cat or a World of Women or a Creatures or a Toads, you know, and then that would have set me off. And if not, I would have kept grinding and tried to find my one, but I still would have invested with the concept of 5-10 years from now, because the day trading, most people are going to get caught on the day the whole market crashes, and then they're going to be finished. You could be up all day long, and if you catch the wrong Thursday at 4:13 p.m. and you're not liquid and everything's collapsing so fast that you can't move it and nobody's buying, it's game over.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense.
We need a lot more long-term thinking, a lot more. I just really implore everybody in this room to spend money that they can afford to lose. This is a high-risk gold rush. 1999 internet. The reason I keep bringing up the same analogy is because it's the analogy. This is 1999 and 2000 with internet stocks. Every pets.com is worth $1 trillion and most of it's going to zero. Oh, by the way, Amazon and eBay are sitting out there. And whether it's Bored Ape or Women in Weapons or World of Women or Gary or VeeFriends or Cool Cats or Creatures or Toads or Lazy Lion, whatever it's going to be, they're sitting there. But most aren't. And most things right now are incredibly expensive. And oh, by the way, go to Crypto Slam right now and go all the way to the bottom and look at projects that everybody was super hot on just 200 days ago, 100 days ago, and they're fucking finished already. Talk all about Bored Ape and VeeFriends and other great projects that have won, but we're not talking about the projects that you go scroll down that did $380 or $1,000 in secondary today. Go to cryptoslam.io right now. Go look and scroll all the way down, and you can remember this August that was a hot project, or this March it was a hot project, and it's already dead, and there's nobody in the Discord, and it's fucking over. And that's going to happen way more.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to talk, Gary. Like you're the GOAT. I can't wait to get your book.
Thank you, brother. Take you care. Thank you so much. Sarah, on that point, have you thought about the moment when there might be an NFT winter, and even if Women in Weapons gets really hot right now in the next couple months, like if we all get swept up in it, VeeFriends, Bored Ape, everybody, have you thought about what that feeling will feel like when you start getting messages that aren't as sweet as it is right now, and they're saying things like, Sarah, what the fuck are you gonna do? I bought this fucking NFT for $4,000 and now it's only $180. Like, what are you doing about this? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely been thinking about it and trying to figure out exactly how we would handle things like that. But I'm also not putting my self-worth into it either. I'm doing what I love here, you know. I of course want to build something that's going to have longevity behind it. I want to build a brand. You know, I want this road to continue. I want it to go on for years and years. But I'm not going to let it affect me personally. because, you know, I'm doing everything that I love right now and I do want to give back. But, you know, you can only control what you can control.
By the way, I am retweeting all of you right now that are sharing your beautiful, beautiful woman and weapons in the. By the way, Vicky, you're selling a Sparky for 1.88. All right, let's keep this going. And, I'm gonna get one of my favorite people that I've interacted with for a long time, many years. I've been caught up in a little while, and Mitch. Mitch, can you hear us?
I'm here. Sorry about that. Sarah.
No worries.
Love your work, Sarah. It's just gorgeous. In fact, I love it so much. We just picked up 9367. I prominently displayed it on my Twitter feed. Thank you. I love empowering women. We've got 2 strong women in our family. And I'd like you to, if you don't mind, I noticed you are interested in contributing to Malala and what she's doing in the world. Can you share a little bit about that? And Gary, how you doing? Long time no see.
Hey, Mitch, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So one of our big things going into our Women and Weapons NFTs is that no matter whether we sold one or all of our Women and Weapons, we were regardless going to donate 5% to the Malala Foundation. So far, we've donated a little over $100,000, and we intend to continue donating 5% of secondary every quarter because we realize that it's a really important foundation. It's helping women all over the world gain an education. And like I've said, you know, education to a woman can be their weapon that can allow them for independence and continued growth. So we want to continue supporting the Malala Fund for a good while. And it's very important for us to keep donating that 5% of secondary towards them.
One of the wonderful things I love about NFTs is your art brought me to that project. And now that we've purchased your art and we'll be sharing your art, we can also spend some time and hopefully help out with the project. So it's nice to meet you. It's nice to be here tonight. And Gary, thanks for bringing Sarah in. This has been wonderful.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for saying that. It's really great to see you again. It's been so fun to interact with so many people that have interacted in the Web 2.0 movement. Now, as we are here in the Web 3 movement. Okay, I'm going to keep this going and get some more people up here. Let's see what Lori has to say. Lori, you are joining us, and I'm excited to say hi to you as soon as it connects. Yep, and now you will unmute hopefully in a second, and we will hear from Lori. Lori.
Hi, Gary. Hey there.
Hi, Lori.
Hey, so
how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I just wanted to ask Sarah, well, first of all, I am such a fan. I have my own Women of Weapons, and I just wanted, Sarah is such a hero, and she's doing what she can to help other women artists. I was so excited when you picked up a piece from Tao, because we're always talking about, you know, onboarding female artists, women artists in the space. And we've been talking about how women can know their worth and feel and be excited about this and come into the space, which is largely dominated by men, mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
When you did that with Tao, it just really sparked something, is that by doing that, by picking up the piece that she was already, you know, wondering about, and you really just helped solidify, especially to me as well, and I know to Tao, to know your worth. How do you do this, and how do you navigate the scary field that's largely dominated by men? What gives you the confidence to keep going?
Well, that's a really good question, first and foremost. And I absolutely adore Tao as a human and as an artist. Her work is absolutely gorgeous. But, you know, for me, I kind of go into it with the leaning, or the forward foot, I should say, of I kind of have blinders on a little bit. Like, I'm focused on what I'm doing and where I'm going. And I'm not so much focused on what other people are saying, or, you know, I do realize it is a very male dominated space, but I don't really let it affect me so much, because I'm working on my own mission and I have my own goals, and my goal is to achieve those goals. So regardless, as you know, how many men are in the space, or if it is male dominated or not, or if people, you know, are putting down my artwork or what I'm doing, you know, I'm proud of what I'm creating. I'm impressed with myself that I was even able to create, you know, a generative collection and kind of have the cojones to put it out there. And, you know, I think every little bitty milestone should be a really big celebration. I think as you continue to meet those milestones and continue to celebrate those tiny milestones, it helps build your confidence more and more.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I'm just, you know, seeing so many women come into the space and develop that confidence and to know their worth and to know their value. That's just something that, you know, we're all trying to do. And I'm just so glad that you're doing that.
And Lori, honestly, you know, first of all, that's exactly right. And then honestly, just artists in general, women, men, you know, we've gone through a 25-year technology boom where artists were in a framework where you were doing art for free just for exposure with the hope of something. This is game changing.
Right.
This is game changing, and a lot of artists are insecure. Humans, the reason there is a GaryVee is because I've realized, oh shit, I'm so grateful for the confidence my mom built in me. Oh shit, most people are insecure. Oh, all these bad things that are happening are based on insecurity. Like, this is an amazing time for people to take the risk and challenge themselves. And by the way, for all the artists that are listening right now where your work has not been bought, that doesn't mean you stink. It just means that it hasn't happened yet.
Exactly. And also,
like, Sarah, when did you post your alphas? How long were they sitting on OpenSea with 0 sales?
Oh yeah, no, I posted my Genesis pieces. They were sitting for like a month and a half before anything happened.
Zero sales.
Yeah,
right,
0
Sarah?
sales.
0 sales. 8, you know, that's 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 0 sales, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. And that goes for real
And then
world
me
art too.
and me on a random cup of coffee, could have been anything, could have happened. I was in the mood during a workout because I'm trying to maximize my family time on Saturdays, but that's like I can sneak it in between reps with Mike, put out the post, go through my feed of all the artists. Yours connects for me. My bottom.
Yes, no, definitely. And honestly, just that's what I keep telling people. Keep grinding. You know, keep working hard. It just, you know, it may not have hit yet, but it definitely might. So keep working hard. Keep giving it your all, keep being genuine. And, you know, another note that I wanted to throw out there too, you know, definitely not meaning to bash on men in any form or fashion. I like to tell people a lot that, you know, as us women with weapons as our symbol, men can also be our weapon. Like, for example, my husband empowered me in all of this. So that was just a little thing that I wanted to throw in there as well.
I think that's amazing. I'd also like to publicly apologize to everybody for covering my mic multiple times. I get excited. This is not my normal format. I will be better in episode 2 of DNA.
I just held my phone up to my ear and I could hear you, no problem.
I've got to go, Sarah. I just want to thank you for being the first ever guest on this show that I plan on doing, because I just have a funny feeling the karma points are going to add up. I hope that the over 5,000 people that are listening to this right now all give a really serious look on OpenSea for this project. I don't know what's been going on during this show. My intuition is that some have been bought. I believe in you. I think you're going nowhere. I am a champion of you. I also want to be one of the men in your life that is a good, and I have a very big ambition myself in your success. And I'm just very grateful that you're here and hopefully inspiring many people tonight. And I'm just really grateful for your
GaryVee, double
time.
the floor.
Thank you so much. I mean, truly,
Damn.
truly so much for having me up on this stage. I mean,
Wow,
what
even
an
more.
incredible blessing it is to be the first person,
Yeah, Gary just
their
doubled
first
the
artist
floor.
on here. It's unbelievable. And, you know, I've said it once and I'll say it again. You're an absolute angel and a massive blessing. Thank you for blessing our community and helping uplift so many artists.
Does that
It's
say
absolutely incredible.
740 sales today?
adore you. I adore all of you. I see all of you. I
Holy
see all the
shit.
tweets. I'll be looking at them as soon as I hang up. Please share
Wow.
your women and weapons that you bought tonight. I'll be retweeting and just championing Sarah even more for the next couple of hours. I wish you all well. Please do not spend money you can't afford. If you can't afford the women and you think you're going to buy it right now and sell it tomorrow, you might get caught. Please don't spend money that you can't afford to lose.
Wow. Look at these
But
sales.
most of all, continue to enjoy each other, continue to push creativity. The NFT space has allowed a lot of us to tap into our youth. I believe one of the reasons my business and my life has been happy is I've never given up a lot of my child-ish behavior. I see so many of you more tapping into adolescence, creativity. I think it's a very special time in the human race, the same way I felt about Internet One, the same way I felt about social media.
The floor was
and I'm
he
glad to be a
basically
part of it with all
almost
of you.
3x the
I'll see you
floor.
on Twitter in a few seconds. Sarah, one last time, thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thanks so much,
I don't
Gary.
know
Have
how
a
many.
wonderful and real evening, and thank
If
you
this
everybody
is-
so much for being here.
8,
Cheers, everyone.
16, 24. Yeah, I mean, look at all these sales. Congratulations. That's amazing. I see some blue check marks. Who bought? Who bought? Value in time. Nice. That was amazing. Wow. He tripled it. He tripled the floor. You know, I don't know what to say. That was a great show. I mean that was a great show. I'm very excited for what happens next with this. I'm like, I don't know if you heard, but I'm very bullish on VeeFriends, and I'm more bullish now hearing that conversation. I mean, that was fucking fantastic. I love the disclosure at the beginning. I love how much space he gave to her to tell her story. I love how freeform it was. I love how he went there on the diversity notes, on the women empowerment notes. I love that he like was very adamant at the end, like, don't spend money you can't afford to lose. Like, don't think you're about to buy this and flip it tomorrow. It's interesting. Like, in my head, I saw the price and I was like, yeah, it's probably going to keep going up. But because of the high gas prices, actually, I think that's helping some of the worst behavior that's possible. You know, like, when I say worst, to each their own, some of the more degenerate behavior, right? Because now that this has set a precedent, you can go as soon as GaryVee starts his next DNA show, buy the artwork from the artist that he's sponsoring, and reasonably expect to sell it for a profit an hour later. Like, and it may or may not be like, it's definitely high risk, but like, in the realm of NFT risks, I don't know, maybe it's not the riskiest, because you can kind of anticipate that people are going to do what they did tonight. I mean, what was it? I don't want to get the number wrong. It was something like, it was over 100 sales. I mean, in the last, just today, and there were some sales before the show, but today there were 790 sales. How many of those happened during the last hour? I don't know. But like, you literally could have bought it for 0.08 during the show, with gas 0.1. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, your margin's not that great. If you're buying it for 0.12 after gas, yeah, roughly like 0.11, 0.12, and now you're selling it for 0.18. Yeah, you're making a bit. You're making 0.02 or 0.03. But if you did it like at the start of the show and you just like swept as much as you can and then immediately listed them for double, there's a relatively good chance that you would have, I mean, 0.02 on 10 NFTs is 0.2. That's like, I don't know, almost $1,000. Not a bad way to make $1,000. But that is like truly the degenerate route. Nothing wrong with that. Again, to each their own. I'm just reflecting, like Drofik said, on how crazy times. I just keep telling myself, I got to pay off my student loans. I can't buy more JPEGs until I pay. Yeah, I mean, I should be thinking the same thing. I could sell a VFriend and pay off my student loans. I haven't, but I don't know. That's a conversation for another time. I should be thinking about that more. I'm not even thinking like I need to pay off my student loans. I'm thinking I need to pay off my credit cards, because those candy NFTs were fiat credit, and I've bought a bunch of them and haven't sold a single one. And I've really got to figure that out. Anyway, nonetheless, phenomenal show. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Well, but you shouldn't be. Well, I guess it depends on your situation. Drofik says I'm super scared to convert to fiat because taxes, and so long as you're taking 30% off the top, you should be okay, because you're only paying taxes on the profits. So you don't have to pay taxes on the whole, but it does get a little more complicated than that. If, for example, you took profits on crypto or traded other crypto profits into ETH to buy NFTs, and now you're selling those NFTs, but you haven't set aside profit for the previous profit taking. Now, setting aside 30% of your profit on the newest sale is not enough, because you need X amount to cover the previous. I totally get that. You're not alone in that. In fact, Drofik, have you checked out the NFT tax guide? You might want to check this out. NFT tax guide is what I'm using. It's what I'm recommending, because like obviously I can't advise anyone. I have a pretty good idea. I have a pretty good idea of the baseline, but the nice part about this is it's an NFT that gives you a premium access. I can show you actually. Let me just share my screen again. So the NFT tax guide, it's 0.08. And actually with ETH being down right now, I might buy it. But so this is a little graphic by Satoshi that you get as the NFT. You get a ultimate tax guide that is like 20. It's either 20 or 30 pages of like everything you need to know. It's like everything you need to know. It's like taxable events, cost base, airdrops, and it's been compiled by several actual tax experts who are in the space, like that rallied together on Twitter a few months back. 25% of the proceeds, up to 2.5 million, go to tax preparations for artists, which is great. And then the NFT itself gives you a free subscription to Zenledger for this year. And Zenledger.io is this tax software. Like most tax softwares you see, you plug in, you connect like this. You connect your exchanges, and it runs an API and tells you exactly what your profit margin is, what you're due. But what makes this great, number one, by purchasing the NFT, you get access to, where is it? See how it works? No. Get started for free? No. So somewhere in here, here, pricing. So by purchasing the NFT, you get access to this executive service of it, which is really only important because it's unlimited transactions. And they do also have a customer service. I forget the details, but it's like a 12-hour customer service. Tax professionals. Somewhere here, they have information like premium support. So whatever this premium support is, it's kind of similar to TurboTax. I don't think you actually get someone that walks you through it, but there's like people there that will answer questions. But what's most helpful about this is it generates all your tax forms and it works with NFTs. And so that was like the big selling point, that it does the sales and transactions for your NFTs. So for 0.08, which like right now, 0.08 ETH is $332. It's $332, but if you were to just buy it outright to have this tax software, you'd pay $400. Plus you get the document that you can refer to, plus you get to give 25% to an artist for tax preparation, plus you get an NFT. So in my mind, it's kind of a no-brainer. And Droshik says he has it. There it is. Droshik, did you just buy Zen Ledger outright? Did you get the NFT? I wonder. Yeah, it seems really good. Nice. Droshik got the NFT. I'd rather spend the 150 on the software. I don't think I'll be over 500. Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, that's fair. If you don't need the NFT, then don't get the NFT. Except I do think that and I can't say 1000%, but I do think buying the NFT is itself a taxable deduction. It would typically be a taxable event because you're disposing your ETH, but I think the whole thing is actually deductible if you're treating your NFT transactions like a business. But if you don't have more than 5,000 transactions, then you're good, and you could just pay $150. But it seems like this is a really solid program. I actually really need to buy it and do it, because one of the other things it does is it will tell you if you can harvest any tax losses. So if you're holding an NFT, because there's no law against a wash sale in crypto or NFTs. So like, for example, I'm holding a Blute NFT, and without having to explain what Blute is, I'm like down on that investment, like over an ETH. And I'm holding it because I'm hoping that in the future, somebody does something with Blute and it goes back up in value and I can recoup my loss. But until I sell it, it's an unrealized loss. And so I can sell it now, realize that loss, and deduct the whatever 1.3 ETH. Or no, I guess I didn't pay quite that much for it. I can deduct the 0.8 ETH loss against the profits I've taken. So that's useful, because then what I could do is I could just buy a Blute for, what is now pennies compared to what I paid for it. Not pennies. It's like 0.05 or something, but it's not good. But if I want to hold a Blute in order to try to make that ETH back, I could buy back in. Anyway, yeah, cool. I was just about to shut it down, so I will text you. Thanks, Droshik. It was nice hanging with you too. I don't know who the third. I don't know if it's CC Mato or who else is hanging, but I appreciate you being here. More Twitch, more time on Twitch. It's kind of fun for me. Like, it just gives me, it's simultaneously a distraction because I'm like talking to you guys, but it also does keep me focused, where otherwise I might like just get into my phone and then like be on Twitter or something. So is what it is. But I do think that spending more time working on Twitch is ultimately a good idea. So with that said, it's been a pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, there's an announcement at 12 noon in the Discord. Don't miss it. It's going to be an Empathy Wines announcement. And I'm just going to say this because I thought it, but I haven't put it on the podcast, and maybe I'll get it out before the event. But it's always fun for me to like speculate as to what an announcement is going to be before it happens and then be right. And I feel like this one's very easy. And I think that Empathy Wines is just going to give VFriend holders wine. Like, I was thinking about this and I was like, what is Empathy Wines going to do? Because they could do a bunch of different things. Like, they could announce a merch deal. They could do like, they have this rosé and bubbles, you know, they could do like a bubbly buzzard with the rosé and bubbles, or they could do like some kind of cross promotional thing with VFriends. But I think it's going to be even simpler than that, because they released a video today and it was like promoting the Discord announcement. And at the end, it flashed the Sensible Sommelier and the Last Glass Standing. And, you know, a lot of this stuff, in the same way that Gary likes to like go deep on psychographics and demographics, a lot of this stuff is like bringing specific value to specific characters so that people in the market can buy a character that aligns with their interests, you know, as things roll out and we learn that like the boss Bobcat gets this or that thing or is affiliated with this or that industry. And it just makes sense that like, I don't know if they can give it to every, maybe it'll be like on a claim basis. I don't know if like every Sensible Sommelier can get a bottle of wine, but they could. And then somebody pointed out to me that the Empathy Elephant was not included, but it's Empathy Wines. So like maybe like Sensible Sommelier, Last Glass Standing, Empathy Elephant. I think those are the three relevant characters. And like, what will they get? Like, will they get a bottle of wine? Will they get a case of wine? Will they get but I have to imagine that it's some kind of partnership with Empathy Wines and one of those three characters, and it's wine related because it's a wine company. So just putting that out there. It'll be fun to see if I'm right tomorrow. The announcement's at 12 noon Eastern time in the Discord. It'll be on the audio stage, so it'll be like a live announcement. Other than that, book NFTs, got a lot to talk about there. I'll save that for another episode. And yeah, good day. So peace, love, and happiness. Hope you're well. Talk to you soon. See you tomorrow. All the rest. Jeremy, Heart Trooper number 7.